Hey Kansas City, welcome to another episode of Live from the Cardinal Cafe. We're here today at Manual Career Technical Center, and today's student spotlight, this is Taraja. Taraja, tell us a little bit, tell us your whole name, what school you're from.
I'm Taraja Morrell, and I go to Northeast High School, and I decided to go to culinary and manual because I found culinary very interesting and I want to learn more about cooking for the future.
So what's happened so far that's really kind of brightened up your future?
I got my certificate in food handlers and also in food processing, and I also got my ID I can
your
go.
Kansas City food handlers?
Yes, and so I can go to a restaurant in Kansas City and get a cooking job as a chef.
So that's one of the really cool things about our program is that we take juniors and seniors in high school, and one of the first things we do is we get them to pass that food handlers test for all of the Kansas City area, so that when they do go to work in a restaurant, whether it's nights, weekends, part-time, summer jobs, whatever they're doing, they already have that food handler's card. So today we're going to go ahead and we're going to make a really amazing Thai Peanut Tortellini, okay? I like to call this the OG of Thai peanut sauce because this is gonna be super cool. A lot of people, you know what, you can go to the store, you can buy peanut sauce at the store, but you know what, it is so easy to make it, and really it's so fresh and you cannot believe the difference in how delicious it is. Okay, so we're gonna start right now, and I'm just gonna start with some natural peanut butter, okay? This is just, I used Smucker's all natural peanut butter today. You can use anything you want. One thing you have to do when you buy this though, is that there's gonna be a layer of oil at the top. And you have to mix that up real good, okay? So we're gonna start with just putting that in our bowl. And it is really thick. I went ahead and got crunchy peanut butter today, just so that we can have nice peanut in the sauce. You want to just take that guy. And after that, we're going to go ahead with our soy sauce. We've got a 1/4 cup of soy sauce here. We're just going to add that right in. And we've got a couple of tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, okay? I almost called it white wine vinegar, but this is rice wine vinegar. And you'll find that in a lot of Oriental cooking, if you will. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get some brown sugar in there. We've got just a couple tablespoons of brown sugar for sweetness. And I want you to get a look at this because this is grated ginger. And we actually grated this by hand today, okay? And you can chop it, you can do whatever you want with it, but when you grate ginger, you just get a fuller, more complex flavor across the board with it. So we're gonna put that in here. And actually, Taraja, if you like, why don't you and I switch places and we can have you to start mixing this with our whip as I continue putting in some ingredients, okay? Just come right around me, hon. I'm gonna get rid of these. You can go ahead and use this guy. Just put this guy aside, okay? So, as I said, in here right now, we've got our ginger, our brown sugar, our peanut butter, our soy sauce, and our rice wine vinegar. So, our next ingredient is some garlic chili sauce. Okay, this has a little bit of spice to it and a little bit of heat to it. And I mean, I love it. And actually, I'm gonna run around you to go back and get that spatula again. Because the thing is, we want to use all of our ingredients. Okay? We're just going to put that guy in right there. Sorry. Okay. Now we've got some wonderful garlic that we chopped up. You know, we got to have a little bit of garlic in just about everything we do. We'll scrape out a little bit more of that. And we've got some fresh lime. I want you to have a look at our lime. When you're cutting up a fresh lime that you're gonna use and you're gonna squeeze in something, you wanna go ahead and you wanna cut that center stem out of there, all right? Because that center stem, that's, it's membrane that just doesn't let all of your juice out. So we're gonna take this And you can see we got no seeds in here. Okay, you need to be cognizant of it, whether you have seeds in your lemon or lime. And we're just gonna squeeze that in, okay? We're looking for a couple of tablespoons. Give it a good squeeze. And Taraja's just gonna keep on mixing here. Now, if we get in here and we have a good look at this, we can see that this is still a little tiny bit thick, right? So, with this being a little thick, we're just gonna take some warm water, okay? That warm water is just gonna get in there, and we'll see how our consistency looks once we have that in. And it's also gonna brighten up that Thai peanut sauce to almost a caramely color, okay? And I think we can use just a little bit more. Yeah, something like that. Now, once this is all mixed in, we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna give the sides of our bowl a little scrape. And you know, really you guys, these ingredients that I just mentioned, this is all it takes to make Thai peanut sauce. I mean, it's really one of the easiest sauces in the world to make. And I really wish that you were able to smell this right now, because we can smell the peanut butter, the lime, the garlic, the chili sauce. I mean, really, all of these different aromas are coming up out of here, which tells me that the flavor is going to be absolutely amazing once we get in there. So I'm just going to take this for 1 second. I'm just going to scrape this down a little. Okay, we're going to make sure that we've got everything working in here. And so when we dip the spatula in, we can kind of see the consistency of our sauce, or the viscosity, the thickness, if you will. Okay? So we can tell right now that this sauce is absolutely what we're looking for. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stop here for 1 minute. We're gonna clear our board. We're gonna sanitize our station, because we will sanitize our station 5 times every time we're doing a project, if not more, whenever it needs it. But the other thing we're gonna do when we come back is we're gonna get some tortellini going in our boiling water. And then we're gonna get our pans out and we're gonna start to saute everything, okay? We'll be back in just a minute. Hey Kansas City, we're back here with our Thai peanut sauce that we just made. One of the big parts of this is gonna be some cheese tortellini, okay? You can buy any kind of cheese tortellini. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. This is just what I like, okay? So at this point, Taraja, I would like you to take this. We're gonna just give it a quick cut here, okay? I want you to go ahead and cook this pasta for 4 minutes, okay? So I know that you can see back here, our pan is on the stove. We've got our water boiling, okay? So the fact of the matter is that this cheese tortellini only takes 3 to 4 minutes to make. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna grab our saute pan now. Okay, we've got our small burner that we use every week. We're gonna just fire this guy up. We're gonna grab our saute pan. Now, the only other thing we need is a little bit of butter for our pan. I'm gonna run get that real quick. Sorry about that, Kansas City. Once in a while, even I forget something. Okay, all we're doing is giving this pan a good little spray so that nothing sticks when we get cooking, okay? Over here, you're gonna see all of our ingredients that we're using today. We've got fresh onions that we're gonna start with. We're gonna give this pan about 10 more seconds to get hot, okay? Because the thing is, when we start cooking, we wanna be able to hear that sizzle in our pan, okay? So, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna start with some nice fresh onion. Hey, can you hear that on the microphone? That's the sizzle in the pan of our onions. We're just gonna let these go for a second, and honest to goodness, already, you've got such a great aroma coming off this pan, even just with onions. You know, I might be a little bit lean toward how much I love them, but I think onions should be in almost every single dish, okay? Now, yeah, we're getting some steam off our pan. That's what we're looking for. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get some peppers in here, okay? We got some nice little red, yellow, and orange peppers. okay? These are gonna bring as much flavor as they do color to our dish. And we're just gonna move these babies around a little. There we go. And we're not even actually looking to caramelize these so much as we're looking to sweat them down. Okay, because we want to keep this nice bright color for our dish. Okay? And wow, I cannot say enough. Look at that. The color's gorgeous. The smell is outrageous already, and it's just onions and peppers. So let's say we get a few mushrooms in there. Okay? Just gonna move these guys around a little. You can use a spatula at home, you don't have to. I've been in kitchens most of my life. It just comes a little bit naturally for me to give a pan a shake instead of using the spatula. That's just me. You can see our mushrooms are starting to soften up a little. That's exactly what we're looking for. I'll tell you what, let's step back and have a quick look into Raja's pan, see what's going on. Oh man, this pasta's working. It's about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes out. Good job. Okay, now our mushrooms are cooking up nice along with our peppers and onions. So let's go ahead with some water chestnuts. Okay, that's one of my favorite things to put in. And then we're gonna go ahead with some broccoli. Okay, we're getting some nice colors going here. And you can really hear that pan sizzling, okay? It's really important to have that heat on full so you got a nice sizzle in your pan. Really happy about this. Okay, everything's cooking together nice. Looking really great. Now, we got some carrots. We got some sugar snap peas. Okay, we're just gonna keep on moving this around. The thing is, you wanna make sure that you're getting that heat to every bit of that pan, okay? You wanna take your time and make sure that all of your ingredients are getting nice and hot and you're working these flavor levels, okay? You've got so many flavors going on in this pan right now. And once we add our sauce to this in just a couple of minutes, it's gonna be unbelievable how nice this turns out. Okay? We've got some little green beans we're gonna throw in. And we got some little yellow beans we're gonna throw in. All right, so up to this point, until we put our tortellini in our pan, this is what it's gonna look like, okay? Now, I'm gonna leave this pan on the stove for a second, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab that hot pan of pasta, and I'm gonna take it over and drain it. Just as soon as I drain that, it's coming right into this pan, okay? So just stay with me for 1 second. Now, one thing that's really important is to grab a towel to work these pans, okay? You do not want to take a chance at grabbing this pan. Got it? You don't want to grab this pan with it being super hot without a towel in your hand. Okay, I'm just going to drain this pasta quick. And then we've got our small strainer right here. We're going to move this pasta right into this small strainer. Okay? Now you can see this pasta is super hot still. And we're going to go right into our pan. And you know, there may be a little tiny bit of liquid left on that pasta. That's okay. That is all right, okay? You'll notice that we switched now from our spatula to our metal spoon, because we don't want to necessarily push anything out of the pan. Our pan's getting kind of full. Taraja, if you want to go ahead and add this sauce, that would be awesome. Yep, just go on the top and start pouring. Atta girl. Yep, perfect. Now, right now, our big deal is to try and get this sauce incorporated into everything we're doing. And if you want to just set that into the sink, that would be great. Now, if you look at the, oh my goodness, you can't believe how good this smells right now. I mean, the pungent aroma is just jumping right up. This is awesome. So, you can see all of our colors and our ingredients in here. You can see this sauce is starting to boil up a little tiny bit. That's exactly what we're looking for. We want to make sure that we're hot all the way through. We want to make sure that we got a little tiny bit of crispness left to our vegetables. Okay? And if you're watching this, you can see the steam starting to come off. You can see we're getting a little boiling in there. This is exactly where we want to be right now. As this finishes, we're going to take 1 minute and we're going to get our garnishes and our plates ready. And we'll be back in just 1 second for our last segment. All right, Kansas City, here we go. So we have made this amazing Thai peanut tortellini, right? We have the sauce that we made from scratch. We have our tortellini in there. We have so many vegetables it isn't funny. But the one thing we haven't put in yet is our dry roasted peanuts. So some people actually like to chop up their peanuts before they go in. I like them going in whole, okay? And that's just exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna give these peanuts a little shake and we're just gonna toss this real lightly. You know, you really don't want to get in here and stir this real hard because you don't want to break up your tortellini. And if you look at this, this is looking so good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna dish up a couple of plates real quick. We're gonna take our time. We're gonna go ahead, we're just gonna put a couple of spoons on each plate, okay? And the one thing is we always wanna center what we're doing, all right? If this is the entire entree that we're doing, we wanna put it on the center of the plate, okay? Now, Taraja, could I please have some red and green and yellow peppers? So this is our garnish to what we're doing. We're gonna put a couple of really brightly colored little peppers on there. Then we're gonna grab some green onion. We're gonna give that a little sprinkle just because it looks so nice and fresh. And then we're gonna get some sesame seeds. And we're just gonna give it one last sprinkle of sesame seeds because they look delicious. And I'm telling you, Kansas City, right here you've got a winner of a dinner every single time. You know, I never thought that making Thai peanut sauce from scratch was going to be so easy and that it was going to come out so delicious. But it did. And you know what? I really do. I hope you make this at home. And if you do, take a picture of it, send it to me at tbelisle@kcpublicschools.org. Who knows, maybe you'll even get an email back from Taraja. Thanks, Kansas City. Have a great night. Hey, Kansas City, here's your Thai peanut tortellini. Hope you make it. Hope you love it. Have a great day.